Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. A slight issue with the stream a couple of minutes ago, so I've had to completely try to get it back, but we are back, and this evening we are at the Canadian Grand Prix here in Montreal. And 3 minutes have already gone. We haven't missed any lap times, but one person who is on a lap, who we're just coming towards the end of his lap right now, would be Carlito in the Red Bull. A little lock up though, into turn 10, but as he comes down to turn 13, 14 to finish his lap. But yeah, apologies for starting a little late. I should be alright now, hopefully, but I had a few small issues with connecting the broadcast for some reason. But yeah, Carlito, first person across the line, a 1 minute 8.4. As we go on board with IFR Milan, he's coming through sector 2 right now, coming through the tricky turn 8, turn 9 section as he comes down to turn 10 and starts into sector 3 here. A big lock up again, really, on that front right. A lot of drivers seem to be doing that at the moment. A bunch of times now starting to come in. Sasakir is currently your quickest at the moment, only 4 times in, so not exactly the most competitive times at the moment will be coming in, as we see Milan coming towards the line now. Exit of turn 14 is a good exit as well, where he comes up towards the line and he goes 4th place. Just quicker than Max Rolo, very close between the bottom 3 of the finish of the people who have set their laps yet. Yannick is next across the line to set a lap, and what's he going to set? A 1 minute 7.6 there, so 3/10 of Vapor Noof, which you have to say, before this he did put a lap time in on Twitter earlier. He set a lap time, the world record in fact, on time trial for the Canadian Grand Prix circuit in the wet, so expect him to be quick in the wet, but this is the dry, and well, he looks quick as well there. So expect to see him have a good race this evening. VER Devon in the McLaren is looking fairly decent indeed. He's going towards the outside here, getting a bit of a tow there from Ginger. I don't think obviously Ginger was meant to do that. He wasn't going to, so that was probably more Devon going to get a bit of the tow and the slipstream there, and into the DRS at the exit of turn 14, and he comes across the line. It's a 1 minute 7.9 there, so 4th place for Devon, and half the grid already setting their laps. Of course, only 15 here this evening. Not the greatest amount of people racing here today, but let's be honest, can't get a full house every single race, as TRT Tom starts his lap time. So as we're waiting for a bunch of drivers to come round, because everyone seems to be a little bit slow coming round here at the moment, the championship sees Vapor Noof in the lead, 10 points clear of Isaac Kush in 2nd place, and well, right now Vapor Noof looking quite confident around the circuit to extend that, but only early in qualifying, so we'll have to wait and see towards the race. Ginger's actually in 3rd place in this championship after some good consistency, and of course a 2nd place as well in France, a very good result for the Alfa Romeo driver. And the Alfa Romeo team started to wake up a little bit now. Chapelele still probably not the result he would have wanted last time out, but he returned to the points paying positions for the first time since his win in Bahrain, so we'll have to wait and see how he does. But yeah, Alfa Romeo have been a bit of a contrasted story really for both drivers. One's consistent, one is not consistent, as Tom comes across the line and he goes P6 with 1 minute 8 dead there. Very impressive from Tom, but it's not going to get him anywhere near the top, as VER Yannick comes across the line in the Ferrari, and he goes 3rd place. I believe it was his first time out last week for the Ferrari driver. I think he's a reserve for now. Didn't finish the race in the end, but in my opinion he did put on a decent performance. He was battling for points for some time. And who do we have on a lap now? Carlito? Nope. Tom's not going for another one, is he? He's not, so just in case. I mean, here's someone to potentially watch later on down the line. Is Rowan. He's moved to wheel. Actually, this is only his third race on wheel, and he will be going out there today to prove why he can adapt to that change. As Isaac Kush, second place in the championship right now, looking to close it in on Vapornoof, but Vapornoof looking fairly strong indeed, 3/10 clear of everyone. And the Williams driver and the Williams team, in fact, starting to run away slightly with the championship. Only one of them here tonight, though. Dotamo is not here, so we've only got Vapornoof. And he is doing a good job for his team in first place. Second place in the Constructors, joint second place, is Alfa Romeo and Racing Point. Speaking of a Racing Point, Isaac Kush not going to be setting a lap time this time around. So Isaac Kush a 1:07.995 at the moment, and looking like he will be pitting. No, he will not be pitting this lap. He'll be going again. He wants to set a time close enough to Vapornoof and get right on the back of that Williams there. But back to the Constructors talk. A very, very important race for both Racing Point and Alfa Romeo tonight. And Mike K isn't even here for Racing Point. Not very good start for them. Both Everell guys, Chapelele and Ginger, are here tonight. And no Bread again here this evening, which is such a shame. He was an early headhunter in the championship. He's kind of fallen away a little bit. Only 25 points, but he was an early headhunter. Just a couple of poor performances hasn't helped him, and Isaac Kush in the wall. These drivers do push quite a lot, and well, that's what happens sometimes to you. Isaac Kush in the wall. Chapelele, no, well, he's invalidated. Sorry, I was not meant to say no ERS because he's invalidated. Ginger, he has a bit of traffic here actually. Simply Rush, and Simply Rush isn't really moving out the way, is he? Here, so Ginger's going to benefit from this. He's got a little bit of a toe involuntarily on the straight, and Chapelele comes into the pits then after that, and here comes Ginger then to the line, and what is his time going to be? It's going to be a 1:08.5. That's not really a lap time Ginger would want to see again, as he now, in terms of the people who have finished lap, is now last, but it still means he's in 12th place. I mean, I wonder if people are going to try and simply just start outside the top 10 here, simply because of it being a two-stop, meaning it could be kind of more unpredictable. But also the medium soft strategy isn't always a bad option, really, for drivers, as Rowan is going to enter the pits. He's not going to go again then. Mikhalito and Tom not going to go again. Sasakir, he's coming to the line. Let's see what Sasakir can do. Currently in 5th place right now as he comes towards the line. Does he improve? He does. He doesn't improve position though, as he stays in 5th place. Devon just behind him. He's 1/10 up there. Decent last 2 corners through the wall of champions, and he does improve by a 10th there. But again, well, it has moved him up 1 position, just slightly there. Yaniak then. He's coming through sector 3 now. And let's see how he can do. 2 more corners to go now for the Ferrari driver. Turn 13, 14, or the infamous Wall of Champions, where Schumacher, Damon Hill, Mika Hakkinen, or Sebastian Vettel as well, a bunch of others have been in that wall before, and it kind of has got its claim as the Wall of Champions for the amount of champions that have ended up in that wall. Haven't seen it as of recent, as Yannick comes across the line. Vapornoof has invalidated, so this lap will not count. But he will go again. So good news, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a lap to feast upon, and we will. And Vapornoof comes down to turn 1 then. Quite a small run down to turn 1 from the line, so don't expect too many overtakes. A start is crucial if you're in 2nd place. Through turn 2 now, and coming down to turn 3 and turn 4. This track has a lot of chicanes here. Here's the first one. Now coming through turn 5 and 6 now. 6 and 7 now, sorry, through technically another chicane as well, another left-right corner as he takes it all the way to the line here, coming through sector 2. He's really going for it now through the third chicane, turn 8 and 9. Like I said, very heavy on the chicanes, yep. And now down to the only hairpin of this track, unless you call turn 2 a hairpin. But here we go, a little bit of a slide out the corner there, may have compromised Vaporoof a little bit, and yep, he's decided to back out simply because of that. Speaking about simply, here's Simply Rush on a lap right now, coming through turn 8 and 9 right now. Quite simple through there, nice and easy for the Ferrari driver as he comes down to turn 10, braking at the 100-meter board. A little bit of a lock-up on that front right. We've seen a lot of them already today, but it seems to be a good lap so far. Currently down in 9th place. He needs quite a bit of time to gain up to TRT Tom in 8th place. But is he going to do it as he comes through turn 13, turn 14 as well, raking the car through, and now up to the line, sticking to that inside as much as you can, and it's a 17.7, moving Simply Rush up to 5th place, sorry, as he is now, he's a couple of attempts behind his teammate still, 4 attempts behind the leader, Vaporoof. Really has 2 competitors to him at the moment, in Janik and Yannick. Great. This is going to happen again. So Noah, if you're watching, you know I'm going to have a very happy time. We had that problem last week, didn't we? Which Vaporoof decided to bully us for pretty much on Twitter. So nice from him. Nice from everyone. I think it was Vaporoof. But it was an absolute nightmare for us in the comms box. The Yannick battle, but yeah, I think it's pronounced Yaniek though, for VER Yaniek. We need to stop talking about the Yannicks and focus on the action. Bugatti not set a lap time so far. He hasn't really been setting too many lap times in qualifying for any of the races as of recent. In France he struggled to get a lap time in, and I think he did in the end, but it wasn't exactly very good. But here comes Bugatti to the line. It says he's in purple sector 2. I'm not going to trust that, and I'm definitely not going to trust this lap to be the quickest lap at the moment. That was a bit of a tank slapper through the hairpin right there, and now Bugatti then coming down to turn 13, 14, the final chicane of this track, as he just comes into the pits. And I mean, more interestingly, he's got quite a minimal amount of time to get round again, and the tyre temperatures aren't exactly the greatest around this track. So interesting strategy there as Ginger, oh, he's going to be angry with that one. Going slightly wide through turn 3, and turn 4 left him to the inside and awkwardly turning in and invalidating. He'll have to go again. What about IFR Milan? He is slightly behind Ginger, so we'll stick on board with him for now. He's on for his final lap, it looks like, unless he's going to go for another one after this. The tyre deck is quite high around this circuit, so I wouldn't be too surprised if he does. If he doesn't. But IFR Milan in his Williams, replacing Datamo here for today. And Milan at the moment just looking to improve on his time, 1.1 off Vaporoof, who just seems unbeatable here, really looking at what sort of content he's been bringing out about this track in the past couple of days. As he comes through now, turn 13, 14, he could have done that a bit more smoother there. You look at obviously the likes of PSGL F1 champion, you look at the PSGL F1 champion in Wilson Hughes, you see his lap through some of the sessions he's been doing earlier in the week, and you want to look at that. Insane through turn 13, 14, those PSGL F1 drivers go. And yeah, tune into his streams if you want to, because some of the laps and everything are quite fascinating. Really, it's more in general towards any PSGL F1 driver. He was just an example, but there goes TRT Tom. He doesn't finish that lap. He's just gearing up for another one because he did invalidate the last one. Let's go further forward for Isaac Kush then. At the moment, 6 tenths off pole position. I think someone's just moved up. I think that's Michalito. He's just moved up a bunch of positions. Chapelele out on the mediums then. So interesting strategy going on for the Alfa Romeos. Perhaps Chapelele wanting to try something different. Isaac Kush wanted to finish this lap on a strong high as he comes out of turn 10 and now through turn 11 and turn 12. Slight dink to the right, then a slight dink to the left. Basically not a corner, and well, he's slowing down. Interesting for Isaac Kush. He's also going to be going again. It looks like he wasn't happy with that lap. Someone who looks like they're going to be happy with the lap is Devin. So is Devin going to come to the line in joy? He most certainly is. He's going to be happy with that 4th place. Not quite perhaps the top step at the moment, but especially from last week, he'll be happy to be in 4th place as Janiek. Oh, no. Max Rowe as well being caught out by that as well. I think Max Rowe invalidated anyway, so didn't exactly hassle him too much, but everyone now starting to finish their laps. Where's Simply Rush? He's coming through turn 10 now, slight lock up on that front right. We're seeing it a lot of times here. Now coming through turn 11, turn 12. It is make or break time now. Vapornoof has improved his time to a 0.2 there as well, so Vapornoof putting a strong grip, sticking ahead. Yannick is the only one who could stop him. Maybe a few others. Simply Rush will not. He's invalidated. Bugatti, he's coming to the line. He'll only set 1 lap, and this is actually a lap. So what's he going to set? Up to P7. Good for Bugatti right there. Where is Rowan right now? Rowan coming towards the line. Chapelele, he's still got to go to the line, and Rowan, he goes up to 14th. He said he was on wheels, so he might be a bit slow, and Chapelele getting an invalidation there, but I'm sure he'll be quite encouraged by his medium pace there. I think it was an 8.2 there, so he was only a second off, really, and he was quicker than his teammate Ginger as well, so that is qualifying over, unless Yannick can do anything, which he cannot. Vapornoof on pole, so his pace looks quite electrifying at the moment, and if there is rain in the race, then I daren't say he will run away with it. He has the world record right now, but that's definitely not doubting any of these drivers at all. They're all very quick and very, very, very talented. And obviously it shows about how close this grid is sometimes. Not exactly the closest we've seen, but looking at the top 10, less than just over half a second between them all. As we look into the results now, and it's the New Zealander on pole position, the championship leader Vapornoof, who is on pole position with a 1:07.2. No one in the 1:07.3. Janik in second place with a 1:07.4, and slightly behind him is VEI Janiek in third place, followed by his fellow Dutchman and other fellow Dutchman Devin in fourth, and Michalito in fifth place. Tom in sixth place for Haas today, and Bugatti in 7th. Max Rowe starting from 8th on the grid. Sasaki in 9th, and Simply Rush he tops the top 10. Sorry, he bottoms the top 10. I don't know. I got caught out there massively. But Chapelele, the only person not to set a time there, is at Kush outside the top 10. Controversially, one of the championship favourites early on, and one of the championship contenders really in the battle here, with only 3 rounds left to go. 4 rounds left to go. And I think it'll be an interesting one really for him. Starting 11th, is that the place you want to be at Canada? I'm not sure. It looks quite dry though today. Which in my opinion, quite fortunate for some. Maybe a bit unfortunate for others. But Vapornoof at the moment does show he's got some very, very strong pace indeed. He is the man at the moment to beat in qualifying, most certainly. In the race, could be a different story, particularly leading down to turn 1. You do see people able to make overtakes there, but it's only a short run down to turn 1, which does play in the advantage. If this was something like Mexico, it's almost a guarantee that first place may not be going through to turn 2, out of turn 1 and through turn 2. I mean, on Vapornoof's side, however, he's on that inside. Well, it's not actually to his advantage, because if Yannick is alongside him at the exit of turn 1, or ahead of him, he'll have the inside line. So Yannick, actually, behind him in the Renault, actually has quite a fair chance against Vapornoof here, coming through the first couple of corners. But if Vapornoof can hold him off, which is my prediction anyway, we could be in for a very interesting race for the Williams driver. But looking further down the field, looking 11th to 15th, a rather mixed set here. Medium tyres and hard tyres here. And very rarely you see people opt for hard tyres. Here at Canada though, I believe you can do the one stop, hard, medium perhaps. That's only just, you know, my thought of it. I'm not entirely sure. You cannot do soft medium. I don't think you could do soft hard. You'd have to really stretch out those softs. But I believe you can do hard, medium, or medium hard. So an interesting strategy to be played out today for every single driver. Vapornoof wasting no time really. He's well ahead of everyone. He's not wasting any time at all, is he, the Williams driver? His teammate down in 12th place though, so a very interesting race ahead. As we just wait for all the drivers to be lined up now then, to get underway for this race. And, well, if you're still here, everybody, of course, put your predictions in the chat. I think it's going to be a Vapornoof masterclass. Championship leader, all the confidence in the world record at this track in the wet. Not in the dry, but it does show he's got good pace. But anyway, here come the lights then, ladies and gentlemen. They're all on. And we're underway here in Canada. Quite quick start from everybody here. But look at Yannick. It is Vapornoof's worst nightmare here. Yannick alongside him. But it looks like Vapornoof comes through first. And is that Yannick getting past Yannick there? Through there. The Ferrari just backs out. He's on the outside. So he's disadvantaged already. But a good start from Vapornoof. He's in the lead this race. Followed by Janik. Followed by Yannick. And then fourth place is the McLaren, I think, of Devon. In fourth place now, so good stuff from him. Michalito in fifth, Bugatti up to sixth place as well, so he's moved up a couple of places. It looks like there's been an incident at the back, and well, I don't think his season's getting any better, is it? It's Chapalele in 15th place. A strategy blunder cost him a podium. Multiple different things have happened this season to him since that Bahrain race. It's just not been jolly days for the Alfa Romeo driver, and really for the Alfa Romeo team fully. Ginger up to 11th, getting past Isaac Kush. He's now up to 10th place. Has Maxro got damage or something? Well, he's going slow, and it looks like that will be the case because Isaac Kush is now past Maxro. So early start, early problems really for Maxro. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Isaac Kush will be absolutely furious with that one. I have no words there for Maxro. I understand he's coming into the pits. However, he does have to respect that Isaac Kush is ahead of him. And, well, he does have to respect that Isaac Kush is going to brake earlier. So Maxro needed to take more care there. And Isaac Kush is going to be absolutely fuming after that one. We do have a safety car, ladies and gentlemen. So a bit of a break, really, for us. At the moment, but oh my words, not the most incredible driving, I have to say, really, for Maxro, particularly when it's lap 1, and well, he should know that people are going to be braking and not going to be going into the pits there. So unfortunately, I have to say, if I knew Maxro was coming to the pits, I could argue that would be quite predictable. And again, Isaac Kush, he's kind of probably in a bit of luck, because he will be able to catch up to the back of the field. I tell you what, though, he is not going to be a happy bunny, as we see two drivers coming to the pits, Vapornoof and Via Yannick, who leaves Yannick to be in the lead of this race. followed by Sasuke, and then Ginger up to 3rd place. Quite an impressive start for him. However, a lot of people are entering the pits. As you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, we are on lap 3. We already have a safety car here. Chapelele out of this race after spinning on lap 1. Well, he didn't crash out, he just voluntarily retired in the pits, and I believe the safety car was really launched by Maxro and Isaac Kush, who had a bit of an incident through the final 2 corners. Maxro had a bit of damage and he had to go straight into the pits, and Isaac Kush got past him clearly in front of him, and Maxro just didn't realise that Isaac Kush would brake so early into the corner, since obviously Maxro was going in a straight line and possibly in a bit of a rush. But personally, in my opinion, no excuse. Maxro will most certainly be penalised for that, unless he's got some good excuse, really, in my opinion. But unfortunate for Isaac Kush, Maxro will probably have to learn from that. But luckily, with a safety car, these guys are able to catch up, so we'll just be waiting for that. But now we've got a complete change of the grid, with Janik in the lead, Sasuke in 2nd, and Ginger into 3rd place. So Ginger, interestingly, not coming in, and well, the top 2 I'm kind of surprised haven't come in, because those soft tyres will not be very happy tyres in a couple of laps time. They'll be very aggravating, will those tyres. But I wonder if they're going to try and stretch these softs out a little longer, because they have the safety car, they can save the tyres a bit. I wonder if they're going to try and stretch the softs out a little longer and possibly try the soft hard strategy and only do a 1-stop. I'm not sure how well that would work though, because there are drivers on the mediums behind them, which of course will have some more pace for a long time. But will obviously, well, by the looks of it, they'll be doing a medium-hard strategy. I don't think you'll be able to do I don't think you'll be able to do a medium strategy from lap 1. So we'll have to wait and see. A lot of things currently right now in question. A lot of time really to go as well. As we'll just wait for the safety car now to come in, which should be this lap. Everyone's caught up, so we should now be getting back underway very soon. So hold your horses, ladies and gentlemen. We're in for a great race really after this, I hope, and hopefully not too many retirements. So it's Janik who will be leading the way once he chooses to go. Currently in 8th place in the championship right now. Only 1 podium to his name this season. Maybe this evening. And Sasuke in 2nd place, making his return. He hasn't been here for a little while as we just wait for Janik. When's he going to go? Heating up his tyres like everyone is behind him. And now he goes. And gonna be honest with you, probably not the best time to go really, and he's actually dipped a little bit into the grass there, has Janik, so not exactly the best thing. Vapor Noof already passed Ginger though, going into turn 1 and through turn 2 as well, so this man is on a riot at the moment. Is the Williams now into 3rd place, but now Ginger struggling a little bit more on those medium tyres. He looks quite slow. I don't know if he picked up damage at the exit of turn 14. Don't look like it, but it looks like the Ferrari has a lot of pace behind it. A little bit earlier, but it shouldn't be a problem right now. But Vapor Noof now, look, hasn't. Ginger just struggling behind there, almost getting a touch from the Ferrari. So here into 2nd place now, Vapor Noof on the medium tyres now, gets past one of the soft runners. We talked about the soft tyres, they're only going to get worse really, not going to get better. Maxro, I think, is the one at the back there that just spun. I don't really think he really cares about this race anymore. A little bit more of a humiliation really for him. Unfortunately, he's at the back. He's already got a penalty as well, so as Michalito. As oh, look at that on the onboard there. Vapor Noof struggling a little bit for grip at the moment as he looks to close in on Janik ahead of him. Looking at Yannick though, here in 5th place, looking to potentially get close. Oh, to Ginger. He's been very close to him beforehand, but Ginger just about gets away with it again. Ginger, I don't think, likes this track. He's already said in the chats he's not a huge fan of this track at all. Looking further back then, these guys seem to have gone quite far off the pace. Milan and below that, everyone seems to be in a bit of their own train here. Seems like Rowan seems to be the problem at the moment. As he's very slow through the corners. He said about how much he'll be struggling because of the simple issues that he has with, of course, the wheel issues there. Isaac Kush looking to make some moves. Doesn't seem like he's going to be making one right now. Isaac Kush, 3-second time penalty there. That's also not good news, is it, for Isaac Kush? But Isaac Kush looking to make a move to the inside. No, he hasn't got him. So we'll move back to the front of the grid then, where Janik is going to be under a bit of pressure now from Vapornoof behind him. Vapornoof at the moment. Vapornoof really trying to close in on Janik right now, as he continues to close, but not close enough. I'm just going to try something out quickly here, just to make sure I can continue to stream. Haven't got an Ethernet cable in currently, and it's about to go in, so hopefully it doesn't end the stream. So bear with me, folks. And there we go. So things should be a little better now, as Vapornoof does get by Janik nice and easily there, and it looks like Sasuke is going to come into the pits then. And obviously I've lost the internet from my PC, but that's not a problem at all. I don't really need that right now. I'm fine with what I've got. But now back to the racing action here. Janiek just behind Ginger. And at the moment he's been struggling to get past Ginger for some time. But look at Vapornoof, already a second clear of Janik in 2nd place. That just comes to show really how quick Vapornoof is around this track. He is a bit of a Canada merchant. We've seen a bunch of those names thrown around for some people. I think it's going to be thrown around for this tier anyway to Vapornoof, because he is showing great pace here at Canada. But I mean, to be honest with you, he's the championship leader. Do you expect him to be at the back? No, you expect him to be at the front. And you know what? He's proving that name pretty well, isn't he? He's at the front of the grid, quite well clear as well, which is good to see for a championship leader anyway. For everyone else, probably not the best thing to see at the moment, but Vapornoof is quite clear. Janiek now, he's got a good exit. Is he now going to charge on Ginger? No, he's not. Ginger's got a lot of things to play with to defend, and Janiek can just save an attack for another day. But Janik really started to hold up Ginger now as well, so this could be a battle interesting to see. These three very, very close to each other, but Janik just about keeping in 2nd place. I wonder at the exit this corner he'll be in a bit of trouble though, because obviously the soft tyres are going to go off, and that is a real dependent corner on grip. Seems to be going pretty fine though at the moment. Is Janik, but when is he going to be pitting is the real question. Is Janiek going to push for a move? No, he's not. Not for this corner anyway. Ginger going to be pushing for a move, perhaps down the inside of Janik. And Janik and Janik battling together. This is going to be so close between them. And it looks like Janiek has got by him, but Janik isn't exactly pulling out, but it looks like he has to now. And I think this will be the lap where he will pit in this lap. And yeah, he's done it right. Not like his teammate who smacked into the back of other drivers. He's done it right. He's come into the pit lane. He's realised there's drivers who are going to be ahead of him that are going to brake earlier. So fair play to Janik right there, who's moved up to 11th place. And he goes on to the hard tyres. So I said about this, are we going to be seeing a soft hard strategy? Well, we haven't seen that. Michalito comes into the pits and he's retired. So a little bit unorthodox really. There's still a long race to go, and well, only 12 drivers now on this race. So a lot of opportunity really. You must feel quite sour if you're not the driver who is inside the points right now, being Sasuke and Yannick. But I'm sure, well, Yannick at the moment is probably on a strategy to get back into the points. Sasuke, though, maybe going to be struggling a little bit. And look at this now. Yannick has a lot of opportunities here to get past Ginger then. And at the moment, he's fallen a little bit behind the Alfa Romeo, but here he comes. He's going for the move. Yes, he does. Down the inside, nice and easy. And he can even get back into the racing line to make turn 13, 14. Is Ginger going to come back? Obviously not. But here's a question. Is Tom going to go for the move here? As he comes, here he comes, down the inside. Oh, that was close. Kind of half-hearted. And Tom, he's gone off the track. Has he hit the wall? It looks like he has. I'm not sure if he's got a bit of damage there, but he's going to be quite angry with that one indeed. And I don't think there'll be some very nice words exchanged after the race between those two. And there's something about Canada where people just seem to get their elbows out a bit too much, I've noticed. Ginge, though, struggling for pace, though. Already lost the second bat to Yannick in second place. Devon right behind him. He's lost a bit of time up the exit that corner. Is he going to look for a move on Ginger very quickly? Well, in my opinion, it all depends if Ginger's in the DRS. It doesn't look like he is. He's got a good exit, though, especially compared to Devon. Devon really struggling for pace at the exit there, but he will have the DRS to aid him a little bit up the road. It looks like he's probably just going to wait a little while until the exit of turn 13 and 14 here, but Ginger again getting the better exit. And Devon not really looking for the overtake just yet. But he does know that Ginger is slowly moving further away from Yannick in second place as he hugs the curb there, does Devon. And no moves to be made from him. Rowan, who already said he anticipates himself to be quite slow in this race. Well, I'm pretty sure he'd be happy with a point then if that's the case. In 10th place. It'd be enough encouragement for him to continue. But he's doing alright, isn't he, Rowan, at the moment? Yes, he's not been the fastest, but he's kept his car out of danger. Oh, as I say that, almost losing the rear end there. It is quite a tricky corner to get through those two corners. But I think he's done alright, really, Rowan, here at the moment. Still obviously a long way to go, but that's a good start to life on the wheel. Ginger still losing a lot of time here, and this is now the opportunity for Devon. He's put the overtake on. He knows this is his moment to make his move. He actually goes to the outside here. I think this is just a quite easy move, though, for the VER and McLaren driver as he comes through turn 13, turn 14. And he's quite clear of Ginger now. So up to third place goes Devon. And Devon is obviously one of those drivers who's looking to make an impact this season. He's had quite a consistent one, just not really had the glory as of yet. I'd be happy to see, in my opinion, himself in third place and, well, quite clear of anyone behind him. Excluding Ginger, of course, but Ginger, he just seems a bit lackluster for pace at the moment. I'm not going to lie. He'll be wanting to improve that, but it's not looking so good so far. He's sticking there. Isaac Kush, we haven't mentioned him, but he's up to 6th place at the moment. So Isaac Kush looks fairly quick for now. Is he going to send it on Milan this corner, or is he just going to sit behind? He'll most certainly sit behind, because he knows obviously he gets good exit out of this corner. He's got the position anyway done. Here we go then. And Isaac Kush, there we go, straight by to the outside line there. Not really anything Milan can do. And up to 5th place goes the Racing Point then. Now, so he's a man on a mission at the moment. He needs to close that gap to Ginger. And of course, looking further behind, Simply Rush, Bugatti as well, looking quite close to each other. So a 4-man train here for now. Other than that, not really much going on at the moment, as Tom R's retired now. So a lot of drivers retiring. Only one place will not be getting points now. So obviously top 10 gets points here in PSGL. And there's 11 drivers left. So Yannick at the moment, in 11th place, will be the only person not scoring. Which would be quite unfortunate for him. but for Tom R on a debut race, looked like it could have been somewhat impressive. Well, I don't think it'll be the case now, since he's retired. But 14 laps of this race, though. Still quite a long way to go. And Vapornoof leading the way, quite clear of Janiek in second place, who's also quite clear of VER Devon in third. And Simply Rush trying to close in on Milan. He's got quite clear of Bugatti in 8th place at the moment, so this is the battle for 6th place. Milan seems to be falling down the field a little bit now. Expect to see the pits open then for these drivers soon as well on the medium tyres to go on to another set of mediums. I don't expect they'll be able to stretch the mediums so far out to get the softs on. I'll have to stretch them another, well, at least another 10 laps, which would be very impressive. Maybe Sasuke could. Be a lot of tyre saving though if he was to do so. Yannick could, but Yannick probably is going to be focusing on a one-stop now. But at the moment, Simply Rush just behind Milan. He's not going to be looking for a move just yet. I've just realised Isaac Kush is only 2 tenths behind Ginger, so Ginger really struggling really around this track. He really doesn't like Canada at all. He's got Isaac Kush behind him closing in, and he's closing quite a big gap over quite a small amount of time. So yeah, Ginger really starting to struggle in this race, and particularly through these chicanes. He seems to be much slower than Isaac Kush, but Isaac Kush, he's just been a bit slow through the corners there. Ginger at the moment trying to keep the grip and the heat in his tyres. Heat shouldn't be a problem, but the grip in his tyres as he comes through this corner now. But Isaac Kush running out of VRS. Ginger's got a lot to defend himself, but a slight mistake there isn't going to be helpful. And Isaac Kush getting ever so more closer on to the back of the Alfa Romeo. And again, not enough to overtake for now, but onto the back straight then to come down to turn 13 and 14. It's a nice and easy move, and Isaac Kush now up to 4th place. So Isaac Kush is on the run, and well, he comes into the pits now, and oh dear, he's miscalculated that a lot there. He's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That may cost him even further in the race. A man under the pressure, because he is in the championship fight right now with Vapornoof, and with Vapornoof leading quite convincingly. Looking back at the moment, it's going to be a difficult evening really to take for Isaac Kush, and he's coming for the softs. I don't think the softs will be making it to the end at the moment. So Isaac Kush, I think, is just looking to steal a fastest lap now, which is quite unfortunate. He was on the way to something big, but maybe something like a wrong strategy call. He hasn't realised it or something. Who knows? All we know, Isaac Kush, in terms of race position, he shouldn't be finishing too much higher than where he is currently. I think that was really down to his mistake, but here comes Bugatti then. In 7th place right now. There's a long DRS train. Ginger is the person at the front, and Ginger's got another penalty. So a lot of penalties being dished out by a lot of these drivers. For a lot of these drivers, sorry. Oh, a Vapornoof 3-second time penalty. Would have been controversial. But the fact is, he's so far clear of the leaders, and Janiek as well has got a penalty. He needn't have bother at the moment with that sort of thing. He's 8 seconds clear of Devon in 3rd place, so Devon's not even a worry for him. But this battle for 4th place right now is the talking point for now at the moment. Rowan picks up a 3-second penalty. He already talked about himself on wheel. I just want to check that. Has he got many penalties? It's his first penalty of the day, so that's quite good to see. Has he come into the pits though or something? because he's dropped down a few places. I think he may have had a little bit of a spin there. Is that Bugatti getting past Simply Rush? That is. So Bugatti now up to 6th place, and I think he'll maintain that 6th place for now, as he looks to close in on Milan, who seems to try to close in on Ginger. It's not going to be the case though, but Ginger, no, Milan coming into the pits, and also Simply Rush as well, who just makes it there in time before obviously getting that 5-second penalty. But Bugatti in 5th place then. And he's chasing down Ginger, who's just falling ever so more back from the leaders in this race. Isaac Kush, a 1 minute 10.8, so he's got that fastest lap now. More interestingly, he's up to 6th place. But Isaac Kush obviously has that 5-second penalty, and well, we most certainly have to pit again. So a bit of a strategy blunder, I would say, for Isaac Kush. We'll have to wait and see. He could nail it right on the head and completely prove us all wrong. But Bugatti at the moment looking just to close in on Ginger a little bit more. Isaac Kush getting another 3-second penalty. He's been a bit of a busy boy when it comes to penalties today. 14 seconds now. So not a happy day for him. Looking like a good day for Bugatti though at the moment. Up to 4th place. He'll be quite happy with that one, as we look at now the positions gained. Up 8 places is Bugatti, and oh, he's done the same thing as Isaac Kush there. Has he made the same mistake with the tyres? No, he hasn't. So at the moment for Bugatti, he's gonna fall back into, I'd say 7th place here, maybe 8th, maybe 9th, maybe 10th. I'm not too sure, as he does come out quite an awkward area. I think he's going to come up behind Simply. He is. Is he going to attempt to overtake quickly? No, he's not. But he's sort of right in the middle of these guys. And Milan's actually behind both of them. So I don't know if Milan has had a little bit of a mistake or something. Or... I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, Simply Rush right behind Rowan. Rowan does have to pit again. Simply Rush on the better tyres. So Simply Rush should really be at advantage, quite convincingly. But, I mean, don't count anyone out. But here comes Simply Rush down the inside of Rowan. Is Rowan going to yield? He's going to stay there. You know, he's going to go and battle between these guys. Onto the grass goes Simply Rush. It should be a nice and easy move for him. Is it a move also for Bugatti? Yes, it is. Is Bugatti going to charge and target Simply Rush? No, he doesn't. Rowan, though, in the middle of this. Oh no, poor Rowan there, and I think he is out that unscathed with no damage. He does get damaged, but oh, how unfortunate for Rowan. Really, he was having a pretty incredible race for someone who's only had a few races on the wheel, so still obviously adjusting to that and struggling at a pretty tricky track really when it comes to grip and things like that. So fair play to Rowan. It's just unfortunate it's not really turned out the greatest day for the Mercedes driver. Here comes Bugatti then. Pretty determined really to get the best result he can. Devon came into the pits, by the way. He's now in 6th place, so he'll be on a charge. He's got Sasaki ahead of him. Sasaki's race is turning into something credible, but the thing is, will he have to pit again? Especially compared to Yannick. He's had a pretty good race, I have to say. But Devon, he'll be enjoying this at the moment, I would say. Right behind Sasaki as he looks to close in on Yannick. And coming through the final corner now is Devon. So there goes Yannick. He's now out of the pit. So how far is the gap between them two? I reckon it's roughly the same. Perhaps Yannick a little bit more. No, a little bit less. Actually, 8/10 between him and Devon. 3 seconds and 8/10, sorry, between him and Devon. As we look further back towards this battle, which seems to be going on quite a lot at the moment. Another battle that seems to be going on quite a bit at the moment is that Kush and Ginger? No. I don't know what's happened there. Has Isaac Kush had a mistake or something? I'm not too sure, but he's up to 3rd place anyway. He will have to pit again, does Isaac Kush. But I mean, I have to say, at the moment, you've got a clear winner really at the moment in Vapor Noof, who is very much clear on those medium tyres. But Isaac Kush at the moment, as Ginger comes into the pits, Isaac Kush on the soft tyres, does have Janiek behind him, and Janiek closing as well. And behind him is Devon, and then Bugatti, who's actually come past Simply Rush now. So Bugatti up to 5th place. He's running his own race. He's running a pretty decent race as well, I have to say. Janiek as well running a good race. Looking for his first podium in PSGL, I believe. So Isaac Kush at the moment gonna have to have some defending to do on those old soft tyres. And gonna be having it pretty quickly now with Janiek behind. And Janiek clearly on the better tyres, it looks. Will he look to send it in to turn 10? He's pretty much alongside. This should be an easy move. No, he's gonna... Oh, no, yep, he's down the inside. Never mind. Isaac Kush just looks like he's outbroke himself there a little bit. So Isaac Kush is just probably going to stick in the DRS now and just try and hope for the best. Annoyingly for him, he will not have the DRS. I don't think he'll have it here either, if I'm correct. No, he will not. So a bit of a mare for Isaac Kush. And well, interesting now, Janiek is actually fairly close to Vapor Noof. So has Vapor Noof had a bit of a mistake on the track or something? Because he's lost a lot of time. Perhaps it's the fact that the tyres, the tyre advantage has got Janiek back in a strong position. But Vapor Noof, though, still pretty fair clear of any other rival. As IFR Milan, 3-second penalty. He's going to the end of the line now with his race. But yeah, still a lot to play for in this race though at the moment. This battle for 5th place seems to be quite entertaining at the moment. A lot of things going on for that. And of course, Bugatti at the moment in the lead of this train of cars. Well, I have to say, most certainly Bugatti's had a really good races. Here comes Isaac Kush into the pits now. So we said about his strategy being completely destroyed. It does look like now Bugatti up to 4th place. Isaac Kush down to 7th. And 8th and 9th. Will he go outside the points? I'm not too sure actually, because Sasakir has come in. And here comes Sasakir. That'll be pretty close to watch out for. But Bugatti just keeping Simply Rush behind. And of course, Bugatti leading this train. He's quite clear. Janiek trying to close in on Vapor Noof, but just not enough for him. And Bugatti, it looks like Milan's fallen off a little bit now. So Milan, unfortunately for him, it's not going to be the greatest of days for him in the end. And Janiek picking up another 3-second penalty. I think that should be pretty secure now for Vapor Noof to win the race. Unless Devon can do something really impressive. But for Janiek, he's now under threat from Devon, because Devon has not got a penalty. And Devon's not been losing a lot of time to Janiek. So a lot to consider here for this race. But we'll have to wait and see as Ginger, he pits again, so he doesn't trust those softs to go to the end. He's probably looking for a fastest lap. And Simply Rush, he's looking for 4th place. Yellow flags in sector 2, that's Milan. Milan is round, and we said about him not having exactly the best of days. It's got a little bit worse, and he will have to pit again for that. And well, with drivers on soft tyres, better tyres, and with him having no front wing, more importantly, It's not a great day for Milan, and is that Kush actually just letting him by there? I wonder if he's been told an illegal overtake or something by the game, but yeah, Milan, he's going to be a big struggle, and Milan's just going to let him by again. Is that Kush gets by him, and Bugatti overtaken by, well, he wasn't overtaken by Simply Rush, it's because he pitted. And well, why is he pitted? He has to serve 5 seconds. Did he get wing damage? No, he didn't. Interesting strategy there from Bugatti. I'm pretty sure his tyres would have made it to the end. Interesting. But we'll have to wait and see that one. But Milan's out of the race now, so everyone who comes in now, or who stays now, will be in the points. So hooray for everyone. You all get some sort of reward at the end of the day just for finishing the race. And this is something about Canada, isn't it? A lot of the races do seem to have these sort of problems, and I never understood why or how come it had these problems. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But Yannick at the moment, he's on his own. Everyone's on their own right now, which is lovely to see, because, you know, we can breathe. There's no action really going on for the final bits of this race, and 7 laps to go. It's Vapor Noof who leads the way in this race, followed by Yannick in second place. Devon has moved well back in third place. Look at the gap to the leader, 46 seconds between all 10 of them, or 10 of the remaining guys. But Yannick just looking to try and close in on Vapor Noof. It's just not working though today, is it? But yeah, Vapor Noof on his way to potentially be winning a race in 7 laps time. A very impressive drive indeed from the Williams driver. And the Williams driver clear of everything today. He hasn't had much to do, has he, Vapor Noof? Really, he's just checked out really, and he's just ran his own race, clear of anyone. So go on to lap 29. The guy with a 10 points gap lead looks to be extending that today. And not only extending it, probably quite a lot now, because Isaac Kush is down in 6th place. Will he be able to catch up to Janik? I'm not too sure. Janik, I think, is going towards the end. Maybe a problem with his hard tyres could cause a difference there. Let's look on board with him. Is his hard tyres looking too bad? Not at all, I would say. A little bit grainy, but not actually too bad. So he should be fine to the end of the race. Maybe the pace will determine whether Isaac Kush will get by or not. I think that is one way we could determine anything. But we have to say, really, it's not the most exhilarating of races. Maybe an exhilarating battle will do something though. Here comes Bugatti, looking to close in on Sasakir. And Sasakir, he's just so slow on those medium tyres. They're not really the freshest, especially compared to those soft tyres. The soft tyres are really much better condition right now. Ginger, 3-second penalty. Rowan, I think, picked up one just a second ago, and Bugatti gets past Sasakir. So Bugatti on a bit of a hunt now for 6th place. 6th place is on a bit of a hunt for 5th place at the moment. Is Isaac Kush. So still a lot of action really to go. Considering it, it's an opportunity really for a lot. A lot of things can really change still in this race. Yannick at the moment just running quite chill in 5th place, but he's going to be a bit under pressure now, perhaps from Isaac Kush behind. He's got 5 laps to keep him behind. I don't think that's going to be the case though, is it? Bugatti though is also coming very quickly indeed. He'll be going at quite a quick pace towards the end of this race as well. So Yannick at the moment under a lot of pressure, not only for 5th place, but also for 6th place and maybe even 7th if Sasakir can tag along as well. At the moment, Isaac Kush is getting much closer. Every single lap is getting closer and closer and closer to Yannick. And into the corner. Oh, a little slide at the exit, but it should be a nice and easy move to the inside. I think Yannick's tyres are starting to completely go on him. Even when he tries to, he cannot defend. Can he attack? I don't think he can he? So Yannick looks like he's going to be in 6th place at best. That all depends on this man, Bugatti, in 7th place. Has he got the tyre life? Has he got anything on his side to back him up? At the moment, it doesn't look like it's the case. But at the moment, also, big pressure for Yannick, maybe for Bugatti as well come the end of this race. Sasuke probably going to be in a better condition tyre-wise, maybe. Yannick struggling. And he's not even in the DRS. So for Bugatti, I think he's going to be quite happy with this at the moment. He's going to be sitting back, relaxing. He's got Sasuke behind him and Yannick picking up a 3-second penalty. I think this is going to play quite a big part. The penalty situation. Isak Kush on 9 seconds of penalties there. So at the moment, it would be Bugatti 5th, Yannick in 6th, and possibly Sasuke 7th. And then Isak Kush in 8th. That's a possibility now. So for Isak Kush, not a very good day. For Vapor Noof, it's an absolutely excellent day. And he has had nothing to deal with all day. Has Vapor Noof. Ginger picks up another 3-second penalty. He's had a couple of them. 15 seconds now of penalties he has. Bugatti though, he's looking to size up a move on Yannick. Yep, look at the tyre difference. The grip difference into the corner can break so much later than anybody else. And now look at him. He's going to be shaping up a move. Nice and easy there for Bugatti. Up to 6th place now. Yannick at the moment. He does decide to pit here, Yannick. He won't be losing too much. I mean, at the end of the day, he probably just wants to finish in the highest position he can. But Bugatti now, I think he's accomplished the highest he will get, because he will be able to pass Isak Kush. I think it's just the best, really, if he can just try and get rid of Yannick. And kind of need Sasuke to do a job for him, to overtake. Even that, I feel, wouldn't be the greatest sort of thing to do for Sasuke, because he will just finish ahead either way. As IFR Rowan picking up a 3-second time penalty. Just seems like it, doesn't it? And we are on lap 34 of 35. Vapor Noof has just started that lap. Sasuke looking to close in on Yannick. There's no real life in these guys' tyres really left. Not only that, they're all out of ERS as well. So it looks like, unfortunately, for Sasuke, he's got 2 more opportunities really to pass him, and I don't think having Yannick in the DRS of Bugatti is the best way to start. As Sasuke just getting closer and closer all the time. And well, Sasuke in 8th place. And Rowan moves up to 9th. So Rowan and Ginger going in for one last stop. And well, they need to concentrate not getting lapped here. Vapor Noof is on his way. They will have one lap. Well, one of them will. Ginger has to really get past Vapor Noof if he wants one more lap. But look at that then. Sasuke looking to challenge Yannick then. One last time for him. Really, another opportunity will be at the end of this race, but it's going to be very difficult for him to do so. For Bugatti, though, from his perspective, I think he's not going to do enough really to get Yannick past him, unless again Sasakir does a lot more. But yeah, not really much more action we can talk about really. Vapornoof, though, looks almost clear to finish this race. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't finish as the leader of this race, but things have happened before. Bigger things, better things. But Vapornoof, it looks like he's got 2 more corners to navigate, and it's an easy, stress-free victory for the Williams driver. And here he comes then, weaving left to right. He knows it's been an easy race. No real need to stop the celebration. Vapornoof is the winner for today's race. And for Williams, again, it's another win for him. And, well, a much more grip on the title now for Vapornoof. And depending on how Isaac Kush does at the moment, he will be dropping quite considerably low down, losing positions to Bugatti and Yannick, not to Sasakir though. So here's Isaac Kush. He's 5th currently, 6th, and is he going to be 7th? Yes, he is. So 7th place for Isaac Kush then. A huge loss, a huge devastation in the title fight really then in the end. And that will be 4 points for the Racing Point driver compared to Vapornoof's 16. So a 12-point swing. So that's 22 points now that Isaac Kush is behind Vapornoof. Vapornoof in the lead of this championship now by 22 points, I think. But I'm not sure at the moment. I'll just get the table up in a second. Let me just move over to Discord nice and quickly so I can find that quickly. But right now it looks like a stern grip now, a stern statement in a way has just been made by Vapornoof. He knows where he wants to be. He wants to be at the top really, and it does look like it is the case now that there's a 22-point lead now for the title race, and Vapornoof is clear. He is well clear and well in position with 3 rounds to go. Japan, Azerbaijan, and of course ending the season in Brazil. 3 rounds to go, 3 tantalizing rounds for Vapornoof. No mistakes, then he'll win the title. Mistakes, then we could have a shot at other people getting that title. But there's a lot still to play for really in this championship. Don't see it as over just yet, but Vapornoof takes the race victory. It's a lights to flag finish really for the New Zealander, despite the safety car where he was behind people, but he dispatched them quickly. Fastest lap as well, may I add, so that's a 23-point lead now to Isaac Kush in 2nd place. So Vapornoof quite far clear, I have to say. Devon in 2nd place in the end gets a podium. Yannick in 3rd place picked up 9 seconds. That cost him 2nd place. And 4th place is Simply Rush. 5th Bugatti. 6th Yannick. 7th Isaac Kush. 8th Sasakir. 9th Rowan. And 10th Ginger. And there is the final finishes outside the top 10. Not much to really see. They all DNF there. So not a very credible race, but I have to say one that has made an impactful statement, particularly for someone who is at the top, and the person at the top has got a 23-point lead now, and that is Vapornoof. But with that, we're going to be ending the stream here, and we are going to be finishing off the stream. But I have to say, not the best of races, but at the end of the day, it is now a statement of a race from Vapornoof. He's 23 points clear now, 3 rounds to go now, only 48 points, 51 points actually really, if you consider fastest laps as well. 51 points to play for, and he's got quite clear gap ahead of him of 23 points. I don't think he can win it next round, but if he does win it next round, then it would be quite an impressive result really for that to happen. But with that, we'll be back in Japan, a very tricky circuit in Suzuka next week for the Japanese Grand Prix. And with that, I've been your commentator tonight, Sam, and I will speak to you guys soon.